स्टूडेंट्स, इससे नेक्स्ट टॉपिक हम डिस्कस करते हैं। इससे पिछले टॉपिक में हमने डिस्कस किया कि ए मैस इज अटैच्ड टू ए टू स्प्रिंग्स, और इस केस में हमने लॉन्गिट्यूडिनल ऑसिलेशंस को डिस्कस किया था। ठीक है, हमने एक मैस को कंसीडर किया था, मैस स्प्रिंग सिस्टम को कंसीडर किया था लास्ट टॉपिक में, और हमने कंसीडर किया था कि दिस मैस इज अटैच्ड टू टू स्प्रिंग्स, और इस टॉपिक में हमने लॉन्गिट्यूडिनल ऑसिलेशंस को डिस्कस किया था। अब हम इसी मैस स्प्रिंग सिस्टम को दोबारा से कंसीडर करते हैं, और अब हम यहाँ पे ट्रांसवर्स ऑसिलेशंस को डिस्कस करेंगे। सो वी अगेन सपोज here a mass which is attached to two springs, okay, and the stiffness of these springs is S. Okay, we label the stiffness of these two springs is S. Both the springs are identical. Their mass is negligible. Okay, we suppose here that the mass of these springs is negligible, and the only mass is due to this object of mass m. Okay, their unstretched length is again that is a naught, and their equilibrium length is a, as shown in this figure a. Okay, their equilibrium length is a, which is we know that a should be greater than a naught. So because a naught is the unstretched length and a is the stretched length at equilibrium. This mass m can oscillate. It is possible that it can oscillate in three different directions. It can move along the horizontal direction, which is here the z-axis. It can move along the vertical axis, which is here x-axis, and it can also move along this y-axis, which is out of the paper. So mass m can oscillate in three different डायरेक्शंस x, y and z. ठीक है, लास्ट टॉपिक में हमने डिस्कस किया था, हमने ये सपोज किया था कि इट इज ओनली ऑसिलेटिंग अलोंग लॉन्गिट्यूडिनल डायरेक्शन। ठीक है, और वहां पे हमने ये डिस्कस किया था इट इज ओनली ऑसिलेटिंग अलोंग z एक्सिस। यहाँ पे हम ये सपोज करेंगे कि दिस mass spring system can only oscillate along this vertical axis, along the transverse axis, which is here x axis. ऐसा किस तरह पॉसिबल है कि ये मैस स्प्रिंग सिस्टम सिर्फ वर्टिकल एक्सिस के अलोंग ही ओसिलेट करेगा? तो इसके लिए हम एक ऐसा सिस्टम बना सकते हैं कि वी कैन ड्रिल अ होल इन दिस मैस m. So we can drill a hole in this mass m, and then we can insert a frictionless rod in this mass m. So this rod is along this x-axis. So in this way, this mass m is constrained to oscillate along this vertical axis. Okay, so vertical axis में इसकी oscillations होंगी, ठीक है, और इन oscillations की हम एंगुलर फ्रीक्वेंसी फाइंड करना चाह रहे हैं। हम ओमेगा स्क्वायर की वैल्यू यहाँ पे फाइंड करेंगे, और ये प्रूव करेंगे कि दीज ऑसिलेशंस आर आल्सो फॉलोइंग सिंपल हार्मोनिक मोशन। तो इसके लिए हम सपोज करते हैं, ओके, एट इक्विलिब्रियम एज शोन इन फिगर ए, द टेंशन इन ईच स्प्रिंग कैन बी रिटन लाइक दिस. So the tension in each spring at equilibrium position, that is T naught, and it is equal to S into A minus A naught. ठीक है, टेंशन फोर्स मैंने दोनों स्प्रिंग्स के लिए लिखी है. So each spring would have tension at equilibrium position, which is equal to S A minus A naught. So A naught we know that is the unstretched length, and A is the length of this spring at equilibrium. Okay, so I can label it as equation number 1. Okay, if the object is oscillating in transverse direction, so at any other position I can write its tension. I can write the tension of of each spring as, so it would be S into L minus A naught. So I can label it as equation number 2. L here is the length of the spring when it is oscillating in transverse direction. Okay, so I can further I can write the total force exerted by these two springs. Okay, the total force exerted by these two springs would be, I can write it as they are oscillating along the x-axis. So I can write it Fx would be equal to minus 2t sine of theta. So each spring is contributing as t sine of theta. Okay, so I am considering only those component of the tension which is responsible for this oscillation. So which is along this transverse axis. So that is t sine of theta. And as it is directed towards the negative x-axis, so it would be minus t sine of theta. So each spring is contributing minus t sine of theta as the return force. Okay, so minus t sine of theta plus and minus t sine of theta. If I will add these two contributions, then it would be minus 2t sine of theta, and I can label it as equation number 3. Okay, and from the Newton's second law of motion, I know that the force is also equal to mass time acceleration. So that is equal to m d square x by dt square. So that is according to the Newton's second law. Okay, so I can compare equation 3 and 4. So I will reach the following equation. So comparing equation 3 and 4, so I can write m d square x by dt square, which is equal to minus 2t sine of theta. Okay, so from equation 1 and 2, so I can put the value of the tension here. So from equation 2, I can put the value of tension here, T. So it will be equal to m d square x by dt square and minus 2, and I know that T from equation 2 is S into L minus A naught. So that would be S into L minus A naught. And I know that sine theta from this figure. So sine theta, I know it's equal to perpendicular over hypotenuse. So it would be equal to x over L. So I will also put the value of sine theta, which is x over L. Okay. So here I put T equals S into L minus A naught, and sine theta equals to x by L. Okay, so I reached my equation number 5. Okay, I can further simplify this equation as m d square x by dt square, which is equal to minus 2s. So I can shift this x to here, so it will be minus 2sx, and then I can multiply this 1 over L in the bracket. So it would be 1 minus A naught over L. Okay, so L by L would be 1 and minus A naught over L. So, and I label it as equation number 6. Okay, now I further want to simplify my equation, and so I will suppose here Slinky approximation. So I will use here Slinky approximation. So what is Slinky approximation? So as I know that A naught is the length of the unstretched spring, and A is the length of the stretched spring at equilibrium. So if I suppose here that A is greater than A naught, okay, so in this case I can neglect A naught over A. Okay, so in this case the answer of A naught over A would be very small, and I can neglect it. For example, if my stretched length is, for example, let's suppose that my stretched length is unstretched length is, which is A naught, that is about 3 inches. Okay, and my A, which is the stretched length at equilibrium, is 15 inches. Okay, so in this case, if I will divide 3 by 15, so my answer would be very small. So in this case I can neglect this fraction, and as I know that L is even greater than A, okay, so L is even greater than A, okay, so L would be even more than these 15 inches. So in this way the answer of A naught over L would be very small. So I can neglect this fraction A naught over L. Okay, so if I neglect here A naught over L, so I will be left with the following result. Okay, so I will get, so equation 6 would become, so I can neglect the fraction A naught over L. So equation 6 becomes md square x by dt square, d square x by dt square would be equal to minus 2sx, minus 2sx, and if I will neglect here A naught over L, so in bracket I will only be left with 1, so I will reach this equation. Okay, I can further simplify this equation as I can divide this equation by n, and I can also shift this right hand side towards left, so I will get d square x by dt square plus 2s over m into x equals 0, and I can label this equation as equation number 7. Okay, so if I compare this equation 7 with the fundamental equation of simple harmonic motion, okay, I know that the fundamental equation of simple harmonic motion is x double dot plus omega square x equals 0. If I compare my equation 7 with the fundamental equation of simple harmonic motion, so from here I can say that my system is executing simple harmonic oscillations, and here omega square equals 2s over m. Okay, it is same as it was in the previous case for longitudinal oscillation. So, but for the transverse oscillation, I can also equate this to 2t naught over ma. So for a naught equals 0. Okay. So लॉन्गिट्यूडिनल केस में और इवन ट्रांसवर्स के केस में हमने ओमेगा स्क्वायर इक्वल्स 2s/m हमने इसकी वैल्यू फाइंड की है एंड आई कैन आल्सो राइट दिस 2s/m इक्वल्स टू 2t नॉट ओवर ma. s हम जानते हैं अकॉर्डिंग टू हुक्स लॉ वी नो दैट स्टिफनेस इज फोर्स पर यूनिट डिस्प्लेसमेंट. Okay, per unit force per unit distance. हम जानते हैं F equals Sx. Okay, so if I have the force is the force of tension, and the equilibrium length is A here. Okay, the equilibrium force is here the T naught, and the equilibrium length of the spring is here A. Okay, as we have seen in our figure, that equilibrium length of the spring is A. Okay, and the amount of the tension here is T, or we can say that it's T naught. Okay, so it's T naught. If I will put here A naught equals 0, so T naught would be equal to S over A, and from this equation 1 I can write that S equals T naught over A. Okay, so from equation 1 I know that S equals T naught over A. So if I will put here this value, S की वैल्यू अगर मैं यहाँ पे पुट करूँगा, ठीक है, तो मेरे पास आ जाएगा 2T naught over ma. Okay, because from equation number 1, equation 1 क्या है हमारे पास, T equals S A minus A naught. Okay, so T equals S A minus A naught. So from here I can write that S equals, so it's T naught over A for A naught equals 0. Okay, so ट्रांसवर्स केस में हमारे पास जो ओमेगा स्क्वायर की वैल्यू आएगी that would be equal to 2t naught over ma, or I can also write it as omega would be equal to 2s over m, or it is equal to 2t naught over ma and the square root. Okay, A here is the length here, so it's not acceleration here, so you should not be confused with that A is here acceleration. So it's A is here the length here, and that is the equilibrium length of the spring. Okay,